welcome to my channel. My name is Monet and we are all about self. Today I'm going to be talking about taking ownership of your life. What I mean by that is owning yourself, owning your truth, owning who you are, and owning where you are today, owning where you'll be in the future. Just owning your life, yourself, and your journey. So it's important to take ownership of yourself and your life, because it is then that you will feel like your true self. It is then that you will feel powerful. It is then that you will notice your growth and you will enjoy the journey that you took to get there, as well as continuing the journey of where you want to go. Sometimes you may think that you have ownership of your life, but if you think about it, if you're still walking around with a chip on your shoulder, or you're still walking around with pain, or things that hurt you or bother you, or you're just bothered by someone just walking in the room, then you obviously don't have ownership of your life. That means that someone else is still controlling you in your life. They're controlling your emotions. If they're able to get under your skin, then they have the control over you. You don't have the control over them. They have the control over you, because if they can affect your emotions, or they can affect the way you think, the way you talk, the way you speak, if they can affect anything about you, then they have the control over you. So that's why it's important to forgive. And when people say forgive for you, not for other people, that's what they mean when they say that. Forgive for you, forgive for yourself, so that way you can take control of your life, you can take control of your emotions and how you feel, and no one else has an effect on that. Another thing about taking ownership, I would say, is if you're a people pleaser. I know that I was a huge people pleaser, and most people pleasers, it comes from having a good heart of just trying to maybe avoid conflict or just keep the situation down, or it comes from the fact of just trying to help others because you have such a good heart. But there's a difference between helping others and people taking advantage. So you got to keep that in mind, and know that self-love is not selfish. So that's something that I have been doing for the past couple years, and I have to say, like, I love it. You know, you will notice your growth. You will notice how much you change. You will notice your energy change. You will notice just everything about you is just like a big glow. Like, you're more happier, you're more satisfied, and you're more focused on you and what you want to do in yourself and your life. So if you are a people pleaser, I recommend that you work on that and try to stop people pleasing. Stop trying to satisfy everyone. Stop trying to make everyone happy. Stop trying to make everyone smile, because not everybody want to be happy. Not everybody want to smile. So you don't have to try to make others happy, because at the end of the day, they don't care to make you happy. So you got to focus on you and making yourself happy. I promise you, self-love is not selfish, and you can help more people by focusing on you and you growing, because then by you growing and becoming better, you can help others become better. So either way, it's a win-win. Just make sure that you focus on your growth. Make sure that you are learning to take ownership of your life. And it's not going to happen to, like, today you watch this video and you think, you're right, I'm going to go ahead and take ownership of my life. And then tomorrow you take ownership of your life. It's a process. You got to work on yourself. You got to spend a lot of time with yourself. You got to work on things that you love to do when you want to do. Take control of every part of your life, no matter what it is. Your career, your mindset, your health goals. Just take control of your life and your ownership of what you want to do. Think about what you want to do. Think about what you love to do, and just take ownership of your life. And I promise you, if you work on that and you work towards that, you are going to feel more fulfilled and more happy, and you're just going to love life more. You're going to love yourself more, and you're going to learn to just notice the growth. You're gonna see the growth within you and yourself. In order to do that, sometimes you do have to go back and confront your past. Confronting your past does not always mean confronting someone. Confronting your past means to accept and recognize what you have been through, what you're going through. And if you can recognize that, and the next step would be to learn to accept it. And once you learn to accept it, then you can fully come into yourself as you are today, as you should be today. You know, you learn to it's always going to be in your mind. It's always going to kind of be in your nervous system because it happened. But at the same time, if you learn to accept it, you have to learn to recognize it, and you do have to go back down memory lane. Once you do that, then you can learn to accept it. And once you learn to accept it as part of you, not all of you, but as part of you, learn to accept that it happened, but it is not who you are, and let go of that anger, and let go of that hurt, and let go of that pain. Then it is then that you can sit and be you, be your full self, be your true self, and be who you are and who you should be. And also explore different things. If you don't know what you like, or you don't know what taking ownership of yourself truly means, explore different things, try different things, figure out what it is that you like, but don't go off the deep end. Dive into things that you really think that will make you happy, make you smile, make you feel good, and you'll be surprised. Just exploring different things and trying new things will make you kind of notice gifts and talents that you had that you didn't even know that you had, and learn to adapt and get into things that you didn't even know you were interested in. So explore different things, try different things, and if you think about it, like, what wrong can come from it? What's gonna happen? What's the worst thing that can happen if you just try something new or explore different things? What's the worst thing that can truly happen? You're still gonna have your 2 hands, you're still gonna have your 2 feet. So what's the worst thing that can happen? Just try to dive into different things. So develop discipline, learn to practice getting up on time, handling tasks as you should, waking up, making sure that you're working towards yourself. And what does it mean to take ownership of your life? Figure that out. What does taking ownership of you and your life mean? Think about the things that's stopping you from taking ownership of your life. What things am I doing wrong, or what things are affecting me? Who do I have around me that affects me taking ownership of my life, or me being me, or me being myself? Who is surrounding me that maybe affect that, or what things am I doing that I need to change that's stopping me from taking ownership of myself and my life, and turning up and turning into the boss person that I'm supposed to be? Who is stopping me from doing that? What is stopping me from doing that? Think about those things, and then work towards eliminating those things, so that way you can become your better person, and you can take ownership of your life and yourself. Because a lot of times our purpose and our gifts and our talents can be right in front of us, but we don't see it because you have other things blocking out their view, or you have pain blocking out their view. So you got to learn to eliminate all of those things that's affecting you from becoming your better self, because that's how you grow. Those are the things that's limiting you from moving on to the next step. So sometimes you got to eliminate things, sometimes you got to eliminate people, so that way you can move on to the next step and be your best self that you can be. You kind of have to make it a lifestyle and adjust to life, because life does change, and society, things change every day, new things develop. So you do have to kind of develop a growth mindset to be able to do these things, because if you develop a growth mindset, then you're able to grow as society grows, and you're able to adjust to life. Things get more expensive, or maybe you're in a career that you need to go on to the next step, or you need to make more money, or you need to do this and you need to do that. You have to learn to develop a growth mindset, because then as time change and new things develop and different things go on, you have to learn to adjust to those things, so that way you're staying in ownership of your life. And your mind can also affect you having ownership of your life. If you have a bad mindset, you're going to believe whatever it is that your brain tells you to think. So if you believe that you can't take ownership of your life, or you believe that whatever you want can't come true, whatever you dream about will never come true because of who you are and where you came from, if you make yourself believe that, then you're going to follow up with your mind. You're going to follow up with whatever your mind is telling you. If you tell yourself that you can't do something, then your body, your mind, everything about you is going to follow up with those steps. If you tell yourself you're tired, you're not going to want to wake up in the morning, because your mind already told you that you're tired. So now you're going to be laying in bed, sleep all day after you already been asleep for maybe 8 hours. Or you're gonna feel, or you wake up feeling like, oh, I need coffee because I'm so tired and I don't feel like being at work today. If you tell yourself you don't feel like being at work today, you're not going to feel like being at work today. If your mind is telling you that you're tired and you don't feel like getting up, your body is going to respond to whatever your mind does. You have to remember that everything, even you're still a part of your body. So everything you do, everything you think, everything you say is all part of you. So you have to learn to figure that out as well, and how to balance those things, and how to reverse psychology and tell your mind when you think negative things and you say I'm tired, you have to tell your mind I'm gonna get up even though I'm tired. You don't have to say I'm not tired and then all of a sudden you're not gonna be tired. But you can tell yourself, I'm gonna get up today even I'm tired. I'm gonna get this done and that done by this time. And if you tell yourself that and you get up and you force yourself to do these things every single day, eventually it's gonna become second nature to you. And before you know it, you'll start seeing your growth, you'll start seeing your glow, you'll start seeing how happy you are, how blessed you are. You'll start feeling yourself a little bit more if you try to change your mindset and take ownership of your life. Just change the way you do things, change your environment, just change everything, and you'll start to see a difference within yourself. And lastly, again, if you are a people pleaser, I'm just going to tell you again before I go, work on yourself and work on that, because you don't have to save the world, you don't have to help the world. You can help people by just being you, being yourself, living your truth and living within whatever makes you happy. You don't have to make other people happy. It's whatever makes you happy, you do. And you surround yourself around whoever makes you happy, and you do whatever it is that brings you joy. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be in this video now.